This is Karan Patel from India. Once again, welcome to 3 days QSX programming session. I hope you're doing well. And today we are going to have like some programming technique and then activation tab. We'll talk about a diagnostic as well. So let's quickly do the recap. Before going ahead, let me confirm if you can hear me clearly. Can you please confirm you can hear me? Okay, thank you very much. Confirmation for the Wakar Ahmed Alian. Okay. Okay. So yesterday, like we talk about the programming, how to download the software, and for software, we require a My Lutron account. Once you create a My Lutron account by using your Lutron account number, you will send an email to customer service team, and they will activate the homeworks access for you. And as I mentioned earlier, there are two software. For old, we need a 15.9 homeworks QS software, and for QSX processor there is a 21.7 software available, right? So these are the two different softwares we have. Remember, one thing I have not mentioned yesterday. If you want to upgrade, let's imagine like your client is having old processor and he wants, I want to upgrade to the new QSX processor. So same database can be used. So old system database you can convert into latest one, and you can simply transfer to the new processor, right? So conversion is very easy. So simply open the old file using the new QSX software, and then you can simply convert that database, and you can transfer the program to the new QSX processor. So conversion is very much easy, straightforward. Okay, so you will not face any kind of problem in the conversion. So that was a thing. So once you download the software, you can activate the software by using your Lutron credential, and you can do the programming. And yesterday we learned the first step was creating the project. So we have created the project. uh, so in the project, the important thing was uh, country name. Why it is important? Because it will act as a product filter for that country, the RF frequency based on the country location, and the time clock events will be based on that thing. So these are the three things which is important, so that the country name is very important. And once you define the country name, it cannot be changed later. So that you have to be very careful while choosing the country. So we do some settings. We have enabled the cloud access, so that in future whatever bug fix will be happen, it will happen automatically. So that thing we have done, and by using those steps we have created our project. So once project is created, the next step was, let me ask some of the people like which are who are online, and then we'll go ahead. Let me ask let me ask Mr. Divakar MR. You're on self mute, Mr. Divakar. Are you there, Mr. Divakar? You're on self mute. You're on self mute. You have to just unmute yourself by just
Yeah,
clicking on that
hi,
option.
Karan.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think
So tell me, like, so what was the
yeah,
next
tell.
step? Like, once you create a project, what was the next step we have done yesterday? So we have created a project with a proper name, QSX Man House. What was the next
Yeah.
step after this?
Next step is adding the controls.
Okay. So before adding the control, was there any step?
Creating the areas. Yeah.
Area trees. Okay. So this is the
Area.
area tree. And why this area tree is important? Like, what is the
So
use
this
of
will appear
this
in
area?
the application, in the mobile application.
Right. So whatever area tree we do, that the same will appear in the app. And which app you are going to use for this? Can you tell me the
Lutron app.
name of the app?
Yeah.
Lutron app. Why not
Yeah.
Lutron Connect app? Because Lutron Connect app was used for the
It
old
is for the
system, right?
old processor. Yeah,
Right. So you
towards.
created the area tree and now you created the library. So go to controls, go to
Mm-hmm.
library, and by using this plus sign, you have created the option. So what kind of devices you can see in this control library? Like if you go to edit toolbox, what type of devices you will see in this?
Keypads,
Keypads,
sensors.
okay.
Yeah.
Sensors.
And what else?
Okay, so all front-end device mainly you will able to see here. So I have added the libraries.
User interface.
So
User
after, so
interface.
I have created two libraries, controls in my project and controls in my sensors. So after that, what was the step? So I have created the library. After that, what was the step?
So after that, we will add area-wise the controls like keypads and
Area
sensors.
wise we added a control, so we go here and then one by one I have given the added the keypads, and then I have given the proper name to each and everything. So bedroom I have added keypads,
Yeah.
washroom I have keypads, oh everywhere I have added the keypads and given the proper name. If I
Yeah.
want to change the buttons, where I should go? If I want to change the buttons
We need
of
to
the
go to the
keypad,
properties.
view
Properties.
properties, and then I will go here and then change the buttons. What else I can do? I can change this engraving, I can
Yeah.
change the
Then-
faceplates color. So these things we can do
Yes.
here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we have added all the controls, and after this, what was the step? Like after adding the controls, so whatever area has got controls, that area will appear in the board later, right? So controls are added. What was the next
Yeah.
step?
Next step is adding the loads.
Adding the loads. Okay, so let me switch to. So thank you very much, Divakar, for the contribution. You did very well. Okay, thank you. So let me go to Dennis Manalo. Mr. Dennis, are you there? Okay, so you have lots of people like in the conference room. So because I'm hearing the echo.
Yeah, we are the conference room with my colleagues. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's good
So,
now.
okay, so in the loads, like in the load tab, what we have done?
So from the loads, we put the assign how many wattage for each
So we put the lighting circuit for each and every lights, right? Circuits.
yes, for lights.
And which fields are very, very important here? Like if I ask you, what are the fields are very important?
So I think it's the load type
Load
and
type
the
is very,
load
very
voltage.
important. Very good. Okay.
Voltage. Wattage. And wattage.
Wattage. How about the zone name?
Yes. Yes, that's the
Zone name is very important because this zone name the client is going to see on the app, and if you don't give the proper zone name, if you give ABCD, if you give 1 2 3 4, then client will be very confused what lights I'm talking about. So this zone name is very, very important, and for that purpose typically what I do, I simply remove the zone description, because many times what people do is they give the proper zone description but they give the proper improper zone name, right? So I generally remove the zone description from this field, so that there is no confusion, right? So zone name should be unique and the load type should be correct, wattage should be correct. That is the one thing. Secondly, we, to save the time, we also created the fixture type. So whatever you are using again and again, what I have done, I have created the shortcuts for those lamp, and whenever those lamps comes, I will use the fixture type like this, and then there is no need to define other things like lamp wattages. I don't have to. So this the shortcuts I created by using the edit fixture. So by using which, like, I have created the load types. Now I will ask some question to Mr. Dildar. Dildar, are you there? Dildar Hashmi, you're on self mute. Dildar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, yes, I can hear you. Hashmi is very very popular character in India. Like he's a Bollywood star. I hope you are also star for Lutron. So tell me, like, what are the load types for, like, if I'm controlling something on QSCIO? Okay, so I'm using a
I can't
QSCIO.
hear you
What
properly.
should, if I'm controlling something on QSCIO, okay, what should be
Karan,
the load type?
I can't you hear properly.
You can't hear me. Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, but the voice is cutting.
Okay, okay.
Disconnection.
Okay, let me switch to other user and then we'll contact you next time. Okay, just like after some time, I will ask you the question. Okay, no problem. Uh, George, are you there? George? Okay, so the load types is very very important, because whatever loads I'm controlling, that load should have a proper type. So if I'm controlling something on QSCIO, the load type should start from CCO, contact closure output. If I'm controlling something on 010 volt, so the load type should be 010 volt or switching. If I'm controlling the phase dimming module, if I'm controlling something by using phase dimming module, so load type should be forward phase or reverse phase, something like that. So load type play very very important role. And if I'm controlling something on motor module, okay, tell me on the motor module what should be load type. Let me ask Gaurav Bhatt. So if I'm
Yeah, hi
controlling
Karan.
something on, hi
If
hi,
we are
so if I'm
controlling third-party motor module or whatever we are connecting to motor module, it should be motor three wires.
motor 3 wire, so very good. So this is how we should be thinking, like whatever. So if you put a motor switch, then you are not able to control that load using the motor module. So for motor module, the motor 3 wire load type is important. For the color changing lights, what should be the load type for color changing lights? You're in self mute, Gaurav. Voice is very choppy. Oh god, let me just use my mobile network to do the webinar. Let me just switch back to my mobile network. Hello, can you hear me now? Like I have switched my network to my mobile hotspot. So am I audible
Yes,
now? Okay.
yes, Karan, you are audible now.
So what is the load type for color changing lights? If I have something
DMX,
TMX one channel lighting or three channel lighting, right? So
yes,
thank you, Gaurav, like for the contribution. So here, like, it's very very important that load type should be correct. So now we have defined all the loads for different area. For kitchens, I have like LED forward phase. For bedroom, I have used, and then I have given the proper load number. So load number is very important, so that whatever electrical contactor has given the circuit number, those circuit can be connected to proper dimmer. So load number is very very important. So we have done that. And then for Lutron shades, we have got different shade tabs, so we have connected that. And then we went to equipment. So in electrical panel room, we have connected all our I have added a processor, I have added modules, and I have given the proper name. Whatever name you give here, that name tag should be pasted, that name tag should be pasted on the module. Like by, you can create a sticker and put that on the module itself, so that it will be easy for the maintenance in the future, because you know that PA1 module you have connected which loads. So it's very important that you should give the proper tag to this modules, right? So this is the one. So we had all the modules, and then in the for the QSMs, it's very important that QSM should be placed near the Pico, because QSM has got range of 9 to 18 meters, so there is no point in putting the electrical QSM in the electrical panel room. So wherever is the nearest Pico, you can place the QSM there, and then you can add it there, right? And of course the shade power supply should be placed near the shades. So I have added two power supply for Lutron shades, east and north. Okay, so we have done that, and then finally we linked everything together. We link everything together on our link. So make sure whatever you are connecting here, the physical connection should be proper. So I have seen in the past people connect everything on link number 1, but on the software they assign everything on link number 2 and then say it is not working. So it's very important, whatever connection you are doing, so they same connection should be made physically also. So that is very important. So I have done the link assignment, and we have stopped at this point, right? So once link assignment is done, what I will do is we can go to the programming. But before going to the programming, I will skip this programming step and I will jump to activate, so that whenever I do the programming, I can do the live testing, right? So I will simply jump to the activation tab now. Now what is activation? What is the activation step? So as per when I described the software, so yesterday, so we will do the design first, then go to programming, then activate, then transfer, and if any problem happens, we can do the diagnostic. That was our steps. And under design, we start from top to bottom, like controls, load, shade, equipment, and link assignment. And line items, I explain you, like you can add some cable, or you can add servicing charge, commissioning charge, you can add that. And when you generate the bill of material, so if you go to reports and if you generate the bill of material, then whatever third party which is not Lutron supplied, that also will come, right? So you will get a complete bill of material, list of bill of material, along with the third party item like cables, like commissioning charges, servicing charges, or if you are supplying CCTV camera, so those things also will come into your code. That is the use of the line items. That is the use of line items. Now you have done the design tab. So now I will, for timing, I will quickly escape this programming, and then I will jump to activation. Now what is this activation? Activation is a process of identification of the devices. For example, I got 10 keypads in my bill of material. All 10 keypads are same. Okay, so what will happen, how software will know which keypad is installed where, like which is a kitchen keypad, which is a hall keypad, how software will come to know? Or you have installed 10 dimmer, PA1, PA2, PA3, PA4, how software will know what is the serial number of PA1, what is the serial number of PA2? So you are telling the software, with the help of activation tab, you are telling the software, this is my kitchen keypad, this is my bedroom keypad. So you are telling the software, right, whatever name you have given, you are identifying the serial number, and you are telling the system that this is my keypad. So that process is called as activation of the devices. So first thing, you need to do the activation of the processor. So I will just select here. Now if you see here, like before starting the training, I was just making sure that everything is working fine. So I will just deactivate the processor here. So now I am deactivating the processor. Now there is one major change in the QSX system. Okay, and everybody, I know you will face that error. So what happened, that is not an error, that is a system which we have done. Once you activate the QSX processor, okay, in one project, and now imagine you are using same processor, you for testing purpose, you have done some project on that processor, and now you are using the same processor for other project, right? It will give you the warning saying this is already activated, this processor is already activated in another project. So if I show you here, I have already activated the processor. Okay. So I was using the same project, so maybe I'm able to activate that. But if you are getting the error saying this processor is already activated in another project, if you are getting the error, or if you are getting the warning that this processor is already activated in another project, so there is a option available for resetting the processor. You can reset the processor, and the processor can be resetted by tap tap hold and triple tap. That is the can you hear me, guys? So I'm getting like from the Ramesh, he said no voice. So am I audible? Can you please confirm?
Yes, you are now audible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you see here, like if you are getting the error saying the processor is already activated, then you need to reset the processor. You need to reset the processor, and processor can be reset by a method called tap tap hold and triple tap. There is a small video available. Let me search that video if I have that. Reset the processor. Where is that video? Pico. Let me search that video here. Maybe reset. Okay, so this is a video available for resetting the QSX processor. See the observation here, like you have to just tap tap hold. So first tap, second tap, third tap, and the moment light start flashing and you have to triple tap, then orange, the blue light will start flashing, and it will went through a different color sequence, like maybe different sequence, green, yellow, and blue, and then processor will be reset. So now it will go through different cycle, and now my processor is reset. I will play this video once again. Tap tap hold. Now imagine, it's very important when you do the tap tap hold, the first LED you should see is this color. Okay, this color LED you should see. If you are getting the red light, the when you do tap tap hold and you are not seeing this light, you are getting any other light, then you have to switch off the processor, switch it on, wait for some time, and then reset it again. Because I have seen lots of time when you do the tap tap hold, then it starts with a green color, or sometimes it starts with a red color. You should not see that color. When you do the tap and hold, the first light you should see is this purple color light, and then only you have to wait, and then you have to do the triple tap, then only your processor will reset. So I will just play the video from the beginning. Tap tap hold, and once that light flash, triple tap immediately without blinking your eyes, so it will start resetting. So I have resetted the processor here, and now it will went through different cycle, like green, red, and yellow, and then it will work. It will reset the IP address also. That's right. I will share the video. So this is very important, guys. Like the resetting, because everybody will have that issue, right? So like you may get the error saying the processor is already activated in the in another project. So you have to simply reset the processor, and now it will start working again. Okay. So now I'm just activating the processor. Now there's one small change here, like as I mentioned earlier, the IP address of the processor and IP address of your laptop should be in the same range. Okay, and here you have to make sure your there is a Wi-Fi setting, there is a laptop loopback, and there is a Ethernet. So make sure it is on Ethernet if you are having the physical connection. So now my laptop IP is 192.168.1.35. My processor IP is 192.168.1.201, and then I will make sure it is in the same range, and then I can activate the processor without any problem. So your laptop IP should be in the same range of your processor IP. If you want to change the processor IP, you can always go here in the IP address and do whatever IP address you want. So you can have the IP address set here. So my processor is successfully activated. It has got the serial number. Okay, so you can see here the status is good. So I am able to successfully uh, activate my processor. So if your IP address is not in same range, you can change your IP address of laptop by going into the network sharing center. And then you can go to Ethernet, and under network sharing center you can change the IP address of your laptop. Okay, if you go to Ethernet setting, here you can go to properties, and under TCP IP4 you can change the IP address of your laptop. Here 192.168.1.35, you have done this subnet mask, and then you have to use the IP address, right? So here you can change your IP address of your laptop, and just make sure you are under Ethernet, and then you refresh the setting, and then that's it. So this is how you can activate the processor. So my processor is activate, right? Now you can simply transfer the program once you activate the processor. Yes. Okay, so resetting is very good feature like which we have given. So now process is reset, and now you can transfer the program. So the currently the software I'm using is 21.5. Okay, and in the inside the processor it's a 21.7. So as I mentioned earlier in last training, like last session, like even if you have the old software and your processor is on new software, like new firmware, still you are able to do the programming and transfer the database. So currently I'm using 21.5. If you go to the help section, if I go to about, it's a 21.5 software, and inside the processor it's a 21.7, but still I'm able to transfer the program. So you can go to here, start transfer. So I'm just transferring the blank program. I simply activate the processor, and I'm transferring the I'm just transferring the blank database currently without any doing programming. Okay, so let it transfer the program. Okay, so now my laptop is also connected to internet. My laptop is connected to so now you can see here transfer cannot be completed because there is no component to transfer. So basically the from laptop the program went to the processor, but from processor the no program is transferred to the devices because the no devices were activated. So from now program has transferred from laptop to the processor, right? So so now what I will do is I will start doing the activation of the devices. So the first step is under activation, just match the IP address of your laptop with the processor in the same range, activate the processor, transfer the blank program, and now I will do the activation of devices. Before that, my laptop is connected to internet, so that you can see here on the top side you can see there is a cloud and there is a right thing, so it means right symbol, so which means whenever I save the database, the copy of database will be saved on my Lutron cloud account. So my laptop, my software is linked to my Lutron account, and my Lutron account is saving the that database, that programming of that database. The file is stored in the cloud. Now let me go to the activation tab, and now I'm going to activate the devices. I'm going to activate the devices. So click on devices. So you can activate link number 1, you can activate link number 2, but currently I have connected everything on link number 1, so I will use a link number 1. And I have two options here, pressing the devices button and then press using the PC. So I will use the first one for activating all my devices, and then I will click on start activation. Okay, so I don't want to transfer the program because I just recently transferred it, so I will say no. And now once you enter into activation tab, whatever light, whatever modules are connected on link number 1, all will start flashing like simultaneously. They will start flashing simultaneously. So if they are flashing, means the indication is good, your QS link is healthy, and all devices are communicating, and now you can activate the module. So now what I'm doing is I will activate the PA1. So as I mentioned earlier, when you install the module, you have to give the name to each and every module. So now I have given all the names like PA1, PA2 on that modules. Now I will go on electrical panel room. I will press the button on PA1, any button on PA1, right? So I will went to PA1, I press the button on that module, and now it will give me options. So now I have got 3 phase dimming module here. So all are showing the activate. So you have to, out of these 3 modules, I have pressed the button on PA1. So I will go on PA1 and then activate the module like this. So it has read the serial number, and now it is activated. Now second thing I'm going to activate is I got a 0 volt module. I will go on 0 volt module, first module. I will press and hold the button, any button for 6 seconds. It read the serial number, and then I will go here and click on activate. So my module is also activated now. Now I go on QSCIO. There is a black button on the QSCIO. I press and hold the button for 6 seconds. And then I will just go here and then click on activate. So my QSCIO is also get activated. I got a QSM. So I will go on QSM. I will simply press and hold the button on the QSM for 6 seconds, and I will activate the QSM. So one by one, you will go to each and every device and press the button. So similarly, I don't have like keypad. I have not connected keypad, so I will not activate keypad. But you can go to hall entry keypad, press and hold the button. You can go to near sofa keypad, press and hold the button, and then activate that. So whichever area you are going, whichever buttons you are pressing, whichever keypads you are pressing, but the same keypad you have to lock. So you are mapping the name of the keypad with the serial number, right? So this is very important step, guys. Now you must be thinking like, I have to like, if I have got very big villa, so I have to go to each and every keypad and press the button. That this statement is not right. So what happened typically when I install the keypad, what I ask electrician to do is, there's a serial number written on this keypad. Every keypad has got the unique serial number. So whenever electrician is installing the keypad, I ask him to put the location like kitchen keypad, hall entry keypad, foyer keypad. I ask him to write down the keypad name, and in front of it I will ask him to put the serial number. So what happened, like if you put the already serial number, then all the keypads all the keypads all the keypads can be activated in one go. So what you have to do is you have to simply type all the serial number, okay, in the link assignment. If I go to link assignment, so let me just exit this thing, and if you go to link assignment, you can type the serial number manually, okay, you can type the serial number manually, and by using that you will be able to. So if you go to design, if you go to link assignment, here you can type the serial number manually, okay, you can type the serial number manually for every devices, you can type the serial number manually, and then you can go to activate tab, and now you can click on start activation. The moment you click on start activation, whatever serial number matched, they will be activated in one go. So that is the fastest way of activating the devices. That is the fastest way of activating devices. Instead of pressing the button on each and every keypad, you can simply write down the serial number and type in the link assignment, and then come here and type uh, start activation, and then it will be activated. So that is done. So I will activate that thing, and now for activating the shades, imagine you have installed the shades already and it is very it is on the height, so it's very difficult to press the button on the shade. So what I can do is, for activating the shades, there is an option called using PC to flash. So when I use that, one shade will start wiggling, so you can see what is the shade name, and then accordingly you can come here and activate that. So I'm activating my east curtain now, so each shade is activated. So this is how I can activate the devices, okay. So make sure your QS link is correct, and if your QS link is correct, when you enter into activation mode, all lights will start flashing simultaneously, and then you can do the activation, okay. So that is done. So I exit the activation, yes, and now I will transfer the program once again. I will transfer the program once again. Okay, so this is done, and now I'll transfer the program. Go to transfer, and then start transfer. Now it's transferring the program. So now you can see here transferring over secure local connection. So it is not over the cloud. So if I'm connecting the process directly, it will show as a transferring over secure local connection. So there's a question from Divakar. Can we activate the keypads or modules using PC without pressing or serial number? No, that option is only for the shades, and it is not for the dimmers or keypad. That option is only for shades. In the quantum system, which is our commercial system, it's possible, but in residential system, that PC using flash using PC option is only for the that option is only for the shades, not for the dimmers and keypad. Can I download the program that is already running on the processor? Yes, by using that feature remote access, you can download the program. I will show you how to do that. So Omar has a question. Before we telnet the processor in to check what is connected to the processor print connected devices, is it available for the QSX? So currently it's no, but we are working on it, like how we can give you some troubleshooting steps and what are connected for the QS link activity. We are checking on that, but currently that option is not there. Like you cannot able to see what are the devices connected to the QSX processor. Okay, so now you can see here from laptop the program transfer to the QSX, and from QSX it went to the all the components, all the dimmers. So now you can see the two right symbol and my program is transferred. After activating the processor, activating the devices, the next step is activating the QSM sensors. Just want to make sure whenever you are activating the QSM sensor, you should be transferring the program at least once. So once you activate the QSM, you have to transfer the program and then only you should activate the sensor. Otherwise sometimes the sensor don't work, right? So make sure when you activate the devices, activate the QSM, transfer the program, and then only activate the QSM sensor. So QSM sensors, basically we got a bathroom sensors, we got a Pico. So now I'm going to activate the wireless devices. So click on start activation. So it gives you the warnings that please ensure that you have done a full transfer after activating the QSM in order to activate the sensor assigned to it, right? So we have already done the transfer. So click on OK. And now I will activate the, so it says, let me just, so here there's a washroom sensor. So I will just click, active, press and hold the light button on the sensor for 6 seconds so that it will activate the, so bath sensor is now I'm activating. And now I also have the bath, the bedroom left Pico. So I will just press and hold the button, and here I will activate my bed left Pico. So okay, so I have activated the sensor. So if I have the multiple QSMs, then I can choose from the list. I can go to list QSM1, QSM2 like that. So I can keep activating the multiple sensors on different QSMs. So in this way, you will be able to activate the QSM sensor. So now I will simply exit the activation, and now I can transfer the program once again. So the processor is very the step activation step is very easy. Like you can activate the processor, transfer the program, activate the device, transfer the program, and activate the QSM sensor, and then transfer the program. So once the activation is done, whatever programming you do, that becomes live, because you have given all the activation. The activation step play very important role, and activation is the only step which can be done, the activation is the only step which can be done, like you should be on the site for this. So activation is the only step, uh, actually activation is the only step which should be done on the site. Like it cannot be done remotely. Okay, so now program is transferred, so now everything is live. So now if you want to do some troubleshooting, like if the circuits are working correctly, so you can go to diagnostic, and you can just go to chandelier and then flash the chandelier. Now if chandelier is flashing, then your wiring is correct. You can go, so whatever modules are activated, those lighting circuit will come here. So you can see here the if you flash the chandelier, it should flash. Light near shades, it will start flashing. So just you can test the circuit whether that circuit is working or not. So cove lights, I can go and then flash the cove light. Then I got a bedroom lights, you can flash that. Then I got curtains. I can wiggle that curtain. So whatever things are activated, those things will come here. I can trigger the pool pump spa jet from here, open close. So as I have activated the QACIO, so that I can just do some setting here, and then I can test that whether they are working or not. Okay, so this is how the basic troubleshooting for the circuit can be done. So the question from Ramesh, can we connect the processor remotely to check any issue? Yes, definitely. I will show you how to get the SS remotely, and then you can do the basic troubleshooting, and you can also transfer, you can do the modification in the programming, and you can do the transfer uh, on the remote basis. So that things are possible now. Remote access of the project, and transfer of database, changing the programming is done remotely. That is possible. I will show you that thing, how it can be done. Okay, so that was the thing. Like, so we have done the activation. I hope you understand this point, how activation is done. So now let's jump to the programming now. Okay, so we will go to the program now. Now in the programming tab, you can see here, like whatever controls you have, you can come here. Like in the hall entry, like you can see how many keypads we got. In hall entry, we got 2 keypads. In bedroom, I got 3 keypads to program. I got in electrical panel room, I got a QACIO to program. So these are the 3 controls we have. So when you go to program device, basically, so it is for the programming of keypad basically, and IO. If I go to time clocks, you can program the time clock events. Under occupancy, you can program the occupancy sensors, thermostat sensors you can do. Then you have different scenes here: shared scene, sequence, shade presets, natural show is not here, vacation mode, security mode, and the variables. So these are the tabs available under the program. Okay, so let's do the programming of the devices. So here you can do the programming for the Palladium keypads, programming for Alice keypad, programming of C-touch keypads. So that thing can be done. So on the C-touch keypad, if you want to program the buttons, you can click on buttons. And if you want to program the contact closure inputs, you can simply tap on contact closure inputs. And if you remember, the C-touch keypad has got 2 number of inputs. So those inputs can be programmed here directly. So input number 1 and input number 2. So that is very easy here. So currently you can do the programming of buttons. Copy and paste of the keypad is very easy. If you want to copy the button, simply copy the button like this and paste it on another button, right? So copy paste is allowed. And if you want to complete, if you want to copy complete keypad, simply copy on the faceplate, right click, copy, and go to another keypad and then paste it. So copy and paste is allowed here. And for extra convenience, you can also go to the view properties and do the engraving here directly. So the view property tab is also available here. Now in terms of programming, typically one keypad button can be programmed in multiple fashions. Okay, so you can do, okay, there is question here. So the question, can we lock all the keypads so it cannot be used in the emergency? So yes, that option is there. If you want to lock the keypads, you can simply go here, go to device, okay, and choose the keypad you want to lock. Like if I want to lock the hall entry keypad, so I can simply so if I want to go to near sofa keypad, I can choose here and I will say lock. Okay, and if you want to, so on this button I will say lock unlock. Okay, and then you can simply say here locking, and then off level can be unlocked. But I will explain you like what is the best method like to lock or unlock the keypads. That I will explain you later, but timing, that option is possible. Okay. Okay, so let me just clear the device, clear the programming of the keypad. Okay, so you can do the programming here. So the question from Jimenez, can we add the function on toggle for tap on off or long press or for rows and lower? So yes, that is also possible. I'm coming to that now. Okay, so any single button can be programmed as a single action, toggle, dual action, raise lower, and open stop, close stop. Plus they can be programmed as a, double tap, or they can be programmed as a press and hold. So ideally one keypad can have many functions. Okay, so but I will explain you what are the right method to do the programming. So let me explain you one by one. So for example, single action. So single action means if you press the button once, what thing will happen? So for example, I can say here, welcome scene. Okay, welcome scene. If you want to control the lights, you can go to lighting zone. If you want to control Lutron shade, you can go to shade group. If you want to control third party motor, you can go to motor zones. If you want to see the contact closure outputs, you can go to CCO. If you want to program devices, come here, time clock events, vacation mode, and security mode. So whatever you want to control, you can choose whatever you want to control, and the same thing can be controlled on one button, right? So for example, I want to control the lights. So I am in the lighting. For lights, I will go to lighting zone. Now you can see the lighting zones in the current area. Current area is hall area. Okay, so I can see only 4 lighting zones. If I want to see entire group project, so you can choose here, go to main house. Now you can see entire project. Okay, so expand all group, and you can see entire project. So lights near shade, light near wall, chandelier, the kitchen lights. So you can see everything here, right? You can see the everything, all the lights. So now let me go into the current area, which is my hall. Now on the welcome scene, I want to control all 4 lights. So I will say all 4 lights, and whatever percentage I will give, that will come here. So let's suppose the welcome, I will have all the lights to 100%. Plus I can put the fade time here, so how smoothly light should go. So if I say give 10 seconds, so in 10 seconds lights will go from 0 to 100%. Slowly it will go, so it will give the nice effect of fading time. Or you can give the fading time of maybe like 100 second also, and you can give the fade time up to 4 hours. Okay, so 4-hour fade times are allowed in the Lutron system. Okay, so very smooth fading time you can have. And in order to, you can also have the delay time. You can also have the delay time, so that action will happen. So fade time and delay you can give here. So my welcome scene is done. So I press the button, the welcome scene is go to 100%. In 100 seconds the light will fade from 0 to 100%. So that is my single action. So if I press the button again, nothing will happen because it's a single action. Now if I want to make a reading lamp or chandelier on off, okay, I want to make chandelier, or maybe simply entry lights or foyer lights on off, or maybe chandelier on off, chandelier on and off. So I will use a function called toggle. I will choose a function called toggle. So I will choose the chandelier 100%, and then off level it will go to 0%. So that is a function of toggle. So welcome is a single action. I press the button, that action will happen. The toggle is only on and off, so on action and off level. Now imagine I want to make the chandelier smoothly on, so I will choose the fade time of maybe like 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds slowly chandelier will get fade to 10%, 10 second. But in the off level, I don't want that it should be like very slow. I want in 2 seconds it should get off. So I will say off level, but here I will change the fade time to 2 seconds. So on fade time is 10 seconds, and off fade time is 2 seconds. So 10 and 2. So this is how I can do the on and off. That is the function of toggle, lights on and lights off. Now so here like lights on and off, and this is a function. Now the third option, like imagine client says like, is this is my welcome scene, it's 100%, but is it possible that if I do I want to, on by using same button, I want to make the lights to 50%. Okay, so what you can do is you can have a double tap. Okay, so if I say the double tap, and if you click on allow double tap, okay, so I can choose here, make it 50%. So now on single tap, if you press the button, press on, lights go to 100%. And if you press the button 2 times quickly, then lights go to 50%. Lights will go to 50%. So this is how I can do. And further, if you want to make it some changes, it is also have the press and hold feature. So you can say press and hold for maybe 5 seconds and lights go to 25%. Okay, so now on single press 100%, double tap 50%, and hold it's go to 25%. But this I have done only for explaining what you can do on single button. Practically you should never ever do that. Okay, you should never ever do that what on the double tap and press and hold. Okay, because see, when you have the welcome lights on 100%, if you want to dim it, you can simply use a raise lower button to dim it. You should not never do it on double tap, you should never do it on the press and hold. Now what is the use of this double tap? What is the use of press and hold then? Okay, typically what I do is I always use a single action. I can use a single action. I use a toggle function for lights. If I want to control the lights or shades, the simple programming, I prefer single action and toggle. That's it. I will never ever use a double tap. I will never use a press and hold feature. Okay, press and hold feature I typically used for locking of the keypads, or press and hold feature I typically used for enabling the time clocks or disabling the time clocks. Press and hold feature or double tap I will use for activating the vacation modes. Okay, so there are some good things which we have, and for those things typically we use the press and hold and double tap feature. Okay, okay, so that is the function of single action and the toggle. Now there is a very interesting feature we got called as cycle dim. Okay, that is a feature called cycle dim. What is cycle dim? Now imagine you got a welcome button. Okay, so lights go to 100%. What if you want to lower the light level? Okay, so if you enable the cycle dim, what will happen is when you press and hold the button, the welcome button, light will cycle from 0 to 100%. Okay, automatically. So the moment it go to 90 or 80 or 70, you release the button, it will stop that at that level. So that is called as cycle dim. So it will cycle through 0 to 100%, and the moment you release the button, it will stop at that level. So for example, you press the welcome button and clients say like the you are feeling light is too bright, so simply press and hold the button, and now lights will drop down to 90, 80, 70, 50, and now you release the button, it will stop at that level. You press it again, it will go to again 100. So the light will cycle from 0 to 100%, and you can choose whatever level you want. So that is called as cycle dim. So without choosing the raise and lower extra button, you can on same button you can do the cycle dim. And if you observe here, when you enable the cycle dim, okay, you can see here the press and hold feature is gone, right? Because that feature is used for the cycle dim. So now if you enable the cycle dim, you can see here the whole feature is going away, right? So that is called as cycle dim. Okay, so I hope you this point is very clear to you now, and you can use that feature for that. Okay, Christopher has got question. You can only cycle dim, or you can do the cycle up. Okay, so you can choose the direction. So it is going in the both direction. So if you go to tools, if you go to project setting, and if you go to programming, you can see here cycle dim direction. Okay, you can choose the direction whether you want to go to lower. So when you press and hold the button, whether it should start from lower or it should start from raise. Okay, so you can choose the direction of cycle up or cycle down. But ultimately when you press and hold the button, it will go in one direction. When you release the button, press it again, it will go in the up direction. So basically when you in order to go to it is not completely cycling from 0 to 100%. So press the button, go to 100%, and when you press and hold, it will go in one direction only. Can we cycle dim feature for third party shade? No, third party shade we can't do the cycle dim. Cycle dim is only for the lights, not for the shades. Okay, so that is called as cycle dim. That is called as cycle dim. So now I have explained you the single action. I have explained you the toggle function. So somebody has raised the hand. So let me just see who has raised the hand. Omar has got question. So Omar, are you having any question? I got like you have raised the hand 3 minutes before. Like sorry, I couldn't
Yes,
notice that.
no worries. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Can
yeah. I
you
can hear
program a
you.
button? Can you program a button to toggle between on and off, and if you hold it, it dims up or down?
Yeah. So simply, what happened? Like you can simply use a toggle function on and off, and simply enable the cycle dim. That's it.
Uh-huh. Because when you do that, there is no hold option. So I was wondering if that's by default, if the functionality happens by default, if you press on hold the button, it will go up or down depending on the last status of the lights.
Yeah, so when you enable the cycle dim, then only that hold option is gone. See here. So if I enable the cycle dim, the hold option is going away, right? So now it will toggle the lights on and off. And now if you press and hold the button, it will cycle from it will cycle up or cycle down from in opposite direction, and then you can choose whatever level you want. So it's toggle
Mhm.
plus cycle dim. So toggle plus cycle dim is possible.
Okay, very well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So that was the function of like cycle dim. The third thing, like we got a dual action. Okay. Third thing, we do the dual action, and dual action is press is one action. When you press the button is one action, and when you release the button is another action. Okay. So the pressing is one action and releasing action. So for example, if you want to do the volume up or volume down, okay, volume up and down. So what you can do is volume up, you can say a dual action, and press volume up and release volume stop, right? Then again, like you have another integration like volume down and stop. Similarly, you can have the shades open and stop. So press, shade is opening. When you release the button, shade stop, like that. So that is a function of dual action. So press is one action and release is another action. Press is one action and release so that is a function of dual action. Okay. So dual action typically used for the shades, volume appraiser, or any third party integration purpose. We typically use this dual action. Then you have raise and lower feature, and then you have the open stop, close stop. Now what is raise and lower feature? Okay, so raise and lower are of two type. Like for example, if I go to bedroom, I can go to one pico, and imagine every time I press this raise and lower button, okay, I want only chandelier to be raise and lower, because I allow to dim my chandelier. So I want every time I press this raise and lower button, the chandelier should respond. So what I will do, I will program this raise button as a single scene raise lower. I can choose the chandelier, and then for lower, again I will choose a lower, and then I will choose the chandelier. So now what will happen, this raise and lower button is dedicated for chandelier. Every time I press the button, the chandelier will raise and chandelier will lower. Okay, so that is the function of single scene raise lower. Now imagine I'm controlling the lights on the first button. Okay, so let's imagine I'm controlling the lights, and on last button I'm controlling the shade. So on the first button I'm having the toggle of lights, and the last button I'm doing the toggle for shades. So for shades I will go to shade group, and I will choose my shades in the bedroom, right? So I am toggling the shades. Now I want, if I press the lights can be raised and lower, and if I press the shades can be raised and lower. So in this case, what I will do is I will use this button as master raise and master lower. So that is my master raise, and then this is my master lower. So what will happen here is whatever button you press last time. For example, if you press the light last time, then lights can be raised and lower, and if you press the shade button, the shades can be raised and lower. So this master raise lower function, whichever button you press last time, that can be raise and lower with the help of this option. So there are two options for raise and lower, master raise and single scene raise lower. So you can choose whichever you want, and you can do the programming. And then if I go to keypads, finally, so this button is for open stop, close stop. That's typically only for the shades. It could be a Lutron shade, it could be a third party shade. So open stop, close stop. And now you can choose the shade whichever you want. And now I can simply say this east curtain is on open stop, close stop. So I will simply say east curtain, east shade. Now what this button is going to do? If I press the button, shade will start opening. Okay. If I press it again, it will stop. If I press it again, it will close, and if I press it again, it will stop. So it will do open stop, close stop. It will do open stop and close stop. So that is the function of curtain, open stop, close stop. And imagine if I press the button open and I didn't press it again. Okay, so the curtain is now fully open. Okay, next time I press the button, what should happen? It should be a dead press, or it should start closing. What do you think, guys? Nishad, you're on self mute. Are you there? Nishad? Okay, so if I have got like open stop, close stop feature, and then you press the button and curtain is fully open, next time you press, it will directly close, because Lutron system Lutron shade will give the feedback to the system that it is already open. So it, instead of assuming that as a stop, it will directly close. Okay, so open stop, close stop. So it's very important that when you use a Lutron curtain, you can simply press the open button, and then if it's fully open, then it will directly jump to the close function. It will not, you will not have the dead press, you will not have a dead press in the open stop feature. So it's very nice feature which we have got. So button type is open stop, close stop, and you can do the programming on that part. Okay, so I hope this point is clear. So all button types: single action, toggle, dual action, raise lower, and open stop, close stop. Now imagine on the welcome button, I want to control the lights. Okay, so all lights are 100%. Now I also want to open all the shades, like you can see here, open. So now you can see on the bottom, this welcome button will control the lights to 100%. At the same time, this also will open the, it will also open the curtain. So if you can do whatever you want when you have a one button. So on the same button, if you want to open the spa jet pump or control the pool pump, so you can go to contact closure, you can choose the contact closures in the external area, whatever you want to control. So you can control like the pool pump open or close, something like that. Okay, so you can do that. If you want to control any other lights further, you can also add that. So whatever you want on single button, everything can be done, and that thing will be visible here on the bottom. Like you can have the lights, you can have the shades, you can have the contact closure, everything is visible here. Okay, so that is your functions. So timing, let me just clear the programming here. Okay, so this is how there's a function of every button. So single action and toggle typically for the lights and shades, simple programming. Press and hold feature to lock the keypads. Press and hold feature, double tap for activating the vacation mode, activating the different modes you can have. So that is very important. Typically I use this press and hold feature in the restaurants a lot. In the restaurant, imagine this nice looking keypad is on the entrance, and instead of controlling the scenes on single press, what I will do is I will program like this. Single action, I will simply say press and hold the button for maybe 5 seconds to activate my lighting scene as a welcome scene. So I will see here, I will trigger the hall lights all the lights. That is my welcome scene. That is my welcome scene. That is my welcome scene. If I only press and hold button for 5 seconds. Second, maybe I have the all off button or relax button. So I will say here relax button, and then I will say here, or maybe like it's a party mode in the restaurant. It's a party mode. So I will just go here. It's a party mode or evening mode, and then I will say go lights to like some lights are off, and button type is again a single action, and I will program this is under press and hold. I will not program anything here. I'll just remove this and press and hold for maybe like 5 seconds, and then it should do something else, like maybe like 50% or whatever. So that is, so what will happen, instead of a single press, what I will do is I will just simply do the programming on press and hold. So what will happen, if anybody press the button like one time, nothing will happen, because that guy is randomly just testing the button, or he just want to press the button, so he press that button, but nothing will happen, because the only staff people is knowing that if you have to hold and to activate that scene, you have to press and hold for 5 seconds. So for public areas, that programming could be useful, like you press and hold the button for 5 seconds, then only that scene is getting activated. Okay, so these are some example where you need that press and hold feature, and you can lock the keypads. You can just use the public scenes to activate that. Okay, so activate the scenes, press and hold, you can use this. If you want to lock the keypads, as I mentioned, you can lock unlock keypads. So simply lock, I will say press and hold for maybe 5 seconds. To lock the keypads, for locking keypads, you have to use the lock device. Go to device, and now instead of hall entry keypad, you have to choose the another keypad to lock it. So don't lock this hall entry keypad, because otherwise you will not be able to activate the lock function. So activate the near sofa keypad or whatever you want, and maybe on double tap you can unlock the keypad. So locking is on press and hold, and unlocking on the double tap. Unlocking on the double tap. So this is how you can lock and unlock the keypad by using press and hold and the double tap. So Talha has a question: after sending the program to the controller with programming for the keypads, if we want to modify anything or particular keypad, do we need to resend the entire program, or we can upload the only modification? Okay, very good question. So when you go to transfer, typically when you transfer the program, only changes will be transferred. When you transfer the program, only changes will be transferred. When you transfer, the only changes will be transferred. But when you do the forceful transfer, like this option should be no. So when you transfer the program now, in this case, only changes will be transferred to the processor, or not entire program. But when you do the forceful transfer, yes, and you transfer the program, entire program will be transferred again. So this is how you can control that, if you want to do the changes only, or if you want to do the complete forceful transfer to the keypad. Can we lock the Pico? Okay, so Pico can be locked. So you can go to program, and if I go to this lock button, I can go to device of bedroom, and I need to go to in bedroom, because I know Pico is in bedroom. So bedroom, you can see here the Pico can be locked. So this will lock the key Pico, and it will not work when you lock this Pico. So Pico can be locked for sure. Clear? Okay, so somebody has raised the hand. Okay, so Christopherson. Yeah, you're on self mute, Christopherson. Just unmute yourself and you can speak, please. Okay, can we edit the button feedback light to notice if keypad is locked? Very good question, very nicely pointed. Thank you for reminding me this. So when the keypad is locked and you press the button, all the lights on the keypad will start flashing. Okay, so if the keypad is already locked and you try to control something on the button, when you press the button, the entire keypad will start flashing, that it telling the system that it is already locked, you cannot do anything. So there is a feedback already inbuilt in the Lutron system for that, if your keypad is locked. Okay, so many times people ask me what is the use of very long fade time, like long fade time of like maybe like 1 hour or half an hour. What is the use of it? So typically what I do is like in the evening time, if I want to lit up the passages, like a hallway or any passages or the balcony lights, typically I use the higher fade time. So that in the sunset time, at sunset I will trigger that event and smoothly light is fading from 0 to 100%. So it will give you a nice effect. So artificial light is coming in and the natural light is going away, so it will give the nice balance. So I typically for the passages, the lobby lights, so I use a higher fade time of 30 minutes, and I will use the smooth fade time. In the restaurant also you can do the smooth transition. And also, like if you want to make baby sleep, so in the kids room, if baby is sleeping, so I typically make the good night scene like very smoothly, light is fading in half an hour. So kids will go to bed and then lights are smoothly fading out from 100 to 0% smoothly in half an hour. So this is a typically I use like two example to have a higher fade time. Why we should have the higher time? How do we unlock the keypad? So unlock the keypad is same thing like here, it's a lock, and then if you go to off level, it's unlock. You have to make it clear, like, and this is the unlock of the keypad. So locking, press button, lock the keypads, and if you press it again, unlock keypads. Or you can do on press and hold and double tap, or maybe on the contact closure. So locking and unlocking is possible by any options. So Jimmy Patel has raised the hand. Like, yeah, Jimmy bhai, boliye. Yeah, you're on self mute, Jimmy Patel. Are you there, Jimmy bhai? I think you don't have the mic. So Christopher Estrada, you have asked the question. You have any questions?
Yes, I have. Good morning.
Yeah,
Hello.
please. Good morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, please go ahead.
on the cycle DIN, it cannot
Hmm.
be both, right?
It cannot be
To do
both.
the
Like, so
cycle.
it is the one direct.
Yeah. What if I use the hold to unuse the sequence, manual
Hold
sequence
for
for
activating
the
the sequence.
yeah for I mean I will use the hold function and use the sequence to cycle up, and on the next press of the hold will be cycled down
Okay,
sequence.
let me just go to sequence. Let me see that. So sequence, you have to have the manual sequence. So step number one, maybe lights can be dim, right? So maybe like
Yeah,
if you
cycle.
choose one light, here there is no cycle function, right? Here either you have to choose the level.
Okay.
Yeah, let's suppose 50%, and then next press maybe like 20%, like that. So you can choose the steps and then you can choose the level. You cannot have the cycle here. Like there
Like
is
a
no
race,
option to
there's
make
no
it cycle.
option for race, right?
No,
Raise
there
and
is no
lower.
option for raise also.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, raise
Mhm.
lower is not there here. You have to have the step dimming in that case.
Okay.
So what basically you want to do? You want to do the raise and lower, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe like what the better option could be, like what you can do is like you can can have a conditional programming like this, and then you can write a condition if LED logic, like if
Okay.
there is a LED state of that button is on, then add action, and then you can have the action as a raise that light or
Yeah.
lower that. So by doing some the conditional programming, that option is there, like you can choose the light whichever you want to dim, you can choose the light and you can do the raise and lower. You choose the light, you can raise the lower, like something like that. That thing you
Okay.
can do maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, very good question, guys. Thank you so much for the asking all the questions. Okay, any other question, guys? Okay, let's quickly break for 8 minutes. It's 1:52 now, and after 8 minutes we'll start again, right? So just break for 8 minutes and then we'll start. Can we design a party mode like lights randomly up and down by automatically? Yes, that can be done. So for that you can just simply go to sequence, and you can say automatic sequence. Okay, so you can select here step number 1 maybe lights on, step number 2 can be lights off. You can choose whatever first step to second step, what is the time frame, like in 5 second or 10 second, maybe lights on, off, dim, something like that. And you keep repeating that sequence for multiple times, and you can trigger that sequence using the keypad. So if you create a sequence, then lights can be flash on off randomly can go, and you can create a wave, something like that. And that thing is possible by using the sequence. We can cover that sequence part in detail, like if you want. So there is a question from Abhinav Jijodia, that what is the difference between automatic and manual sequence? Automatic sequence, first step, go to next step after this much time, so there is a delay after second step, so it will go to the next step automatically. In manual sequence, you have to press the button every time. So first step, first sequence, you press the button again, next step, press the button again, third step, like that. Okay, so typically I use a manual sequence, something like that. Okay, client have got only 2 button keypad, and he wants like 4 scenes. So first button I will say, okay, press manual sequence number 1, scene number 1, press it again, scene number 2, press it again, scene number 3, something like that. Okay, so 3 scenes on button number 1, 3 scenes on button number 2, so 2 button keypad, I got 6 scenes. Okay, so this can be the use. So manual sequence, like every time you go to next step, you have to press the button again. So scene number 1, scene number 2, something like that, so that is the use of automatic sequence and manual sequence. So Gaurav Bhatt asked the question, do we have the hold function on the Pico? No, Pico has got only 2 function, single action and toggle. There is no double tap, there is no dual action. There is like only single action toggle is possible on the Pico. There is no double tap, there is no press and hold, and there is no dual action. Okay, so that is the, because Pico battery, like if you have the press and hold function, then definitely it will drain the battery more rapidly. So we give only single action toggle in the Pico. What happens when manual sequence after no press? Does it go back to the first manual sequence? Yeah, that's true. So in the manual sequence, you go to first step, second step, you press it again, it will go jump to first one, and then again come back to second. So this is how it do, like it keep repeating first and second, it will jump to that level. Okay, so that was the programming thing. Let's break here for like let me just give the break for 10 minutes, like alarm. Let me put the alarm of 10 minutes, and after coming back we'll talk about the LED logic, how this keypad is going to do the feedback. Okay, that what we will see after this. Okay, so let me just wait for okay, somebody has raised the question, like let me just ask. Baldev. Yeah, Mr. Baldev.
या सर, मेरे को पूछना था कि सेंसर को हम लॉक कर सकते हैं क्या?
क्या
मोशन सेंसर होता है, उससे हम लॉक कर सकते हैं क्या?
कर सकते लॉक?
ओके, कीपैड से या पिको से, कोई भी बटन से कर सकते हैं?
एक मिनट, सेंसर से क्या लॉक करना है आपको?
नहीं, सेंसर को लॉक करने का है। ये यदि क्लाइंट
सेंसर
को
को
सेंसर, हाँ,
सेंसर को लॉक करने की जरूरत नहीं, सेंसर को एनेबल डिसेबल किया जाता है, मतलब लाइक सेंसर काम नहीं करना चाहिए ऐसा,
हाँ
राइट? हाँ.
yes
So this guy is asking like whether we can enable or disable the sensor. So answer is yes. तो हम लोग कर सकते हैं सेंसर को enable disable, वो भी मैं बताऊंगा when we talk about the occupancy programming, हम लोग बात करेंगे उसके बारे में, ठीक है?
okay sir thank you
कैसे
sir
कर सकते हैं? Thank you for the question. Okay. Okay, so again, like somebody has raised the hand. Okay, guys. So let's quickly break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll see the remaining portion of the for the programming, right? Okay. So see you after 8 minutes, guys. Okay, guys. So now let's continue with our session, guys. Am I audible? Okay, so we have some attendees got some questions. Okay, so I can. Okay. So we discuss about all the button types: single action, toggle, dual action, raise lower, open stop, close stop. We discuss about the fade timing. We'll discuss about the cycle dim, press and hold, double tap. So these are all options we have discussed. Now let's talk about this thing like LED logic. Now what is this LED logic? So LED logic is basically a setting. It's a feedback, like on what condition the feedback will come. So for example, you got a welcome scene, right? So you can see here there's a green LED. Okay, when this green LED will lit up, so that is governed by, that is decided by the LED feedback. Now so there is a meaning. So if you click on question mark, the LED will be on when room, if the LED logic is room, any zone and any level, scene all zone at exact program level, pathway all zone on at any level, right? So it is telling me what, when, on what state you will get the feedback. So I will tell you different thing here. So welcome scene is like whenever your LED logic is seen, whenever your LED logic seen means whenever welcome scene is active, whenever welcome scene is active, then only the scene, the feedback will come. So for example, you say that welcomes, my welcome scene is this bedroom lights, both lights at go to 100%, that is my welcome scene. Now what will happen? You press the welcome button and now both lights at 100%, now your welcome scene is active. If somebody disturb the welcome scene, if somebody disturb the welcome scene by controlling these two lights by from some app or by some pico, by any means, if you disturb this, if you disturb the light level of these two lights by 1% or half percent, whatever, okay, if you disturb this light level, then the welcome scene feedback will gone. Okay, so because the welcome scene is not no more active, the welcome scene is no more active, and that's why that welcome light will go off. Okay, so when you have the LED logic as seen, you will get only feedback when your that scene is active. If welcome scene is active, then only you will get a feedback. If welcome scene is disturbed by 1% or half percent, whatever percentage, then your feedback will go away. Okay, so that is the use of the scene logic. Okay, so typically you got a 5 scenario: welcome scene, relax mode, evening mode, and you press the button, and if light level is that, then that button will show as a active button, remaining buttons will show as a off. So it is basically say which scene is active. Welcome scene is active, or part-3 mode is active, or away mode is active, so the button will tell you that. Okay, so that is called as scene logic. So all zone should be at exact level, then only you will get a feedback. Okay, so whatever zones you have programmed on that button, that is matching with the exact level, then only you will get a feedback, otherwise you will not get that feedback. Now what is room logic? Room logic: any zone at any zone on and at any level. For example, here if I have the chandelier, okay, if I have the chandelier, and then I will say chandelier on, and then chandelier off, on and then off. So I have choose the button type as toggle. Now chandelier is on, so what happened, I will choose the logic as room logic. So what will happen is, if you turn on the chandelier, so I will make the chandelier on here, on that button, chandelier on, and then off level chandelier is 0%. Now if chandelier is on, like chandelier is on at 100% or maybe 50%, 80%, I don't care unless and until chandelier is on, I'm okay. Okay, so in the room logic, what will happen is, even chandelier is on at 100% or 50%, 80%, whatever level, it don't care, and it will keep giving you the feedback. It will keep giving you the feedback that the chandelier is on. The feedback will only go when you make that zone off. Okay, so if you make the chandelier off, then only feedback will go away. Okay, so that is the use of room logic. That is a use of room logic. So basically, when you have the chandelier on at any level and you want that feedback, so you will see that feedback is on, then that's why you have to choose the room logic. Chandelier on and off, you can choose the room logic here. Now imagine I have a button saying table lamp 50%. Now tell me, by looking at the name, what should be the logic of the button? Table lamp 50%. So what should be the LED logic? Whether it should be a room, whether it should be a scene, what do you think? I want table lamp 50%. I have given the button name as a table lamp 50%. So what should be the LED logic? Whether it's a room or scene. So Ahmed says it's a scene. That's absolutely right, because if you say table lamp 50% means I want that button should be active when the table lamps go to 50%. So that's why in this case I want LED logic to be a a scene. Now if I the same button, if I says table lamp on, okay, in that case I will choose LED logic as room, because table lamp on 100% on, 50%, I don't care. I simply want the feedback when table lamp is on. So in that case I will choose the logic as a room logic. That I will choose the room. So typically whenever you are doing the toggle function of one light, then always choose a room logic. Whenever you are using uh, a single action, you can choose the scene logic, right? Single action scene logic. And whenever you're doing the toggling of only one lights, then you can use a room logic. But if you are using the toggling of lots of lights, then you can use a scene logic in that case. So that is like overall rule typically I follow, like single action scene logic, the toggle action one light room logic, and toggle action with multiple lights I use for that button also I will use a scene logic. I will use a scene logic. Okay, so that was the use of the LED logic. That was the use of the LED logic. Any question, guys? Now imagine I just simply clear the programming here. I have a welcome button here. I press the welcome button, and on the welcome button, what I'm doing is I will control all lights, and it's a single action logic is seen. On this button, I will say chandelier on. Okay, and this is my toggle function. Okay, now what will happen when I and then I will trigger the chandelier here. Now what will happen when I press the welcome button? The welcome scene is active. At the same time, the chandelier button is also active. Why? Because on the welcome scene you have control 4 lights, so welcome scene is active, so it will give the on status. At the same time, chandelier is also on, so that button will also be active because chandelier on is a room logic, so that button shows that chandelier is on. Okay, so it is not an error. So when you press a welcome, many times client may ask you, when I press the welcome button, why this showing as on? Because the chandelier is on. That's why that light logic will follow, and chandelier will show the on logic. So can we copy the buttons programming on the different keypad? So copy and paste allowed. So simply copy the button. I go to different keypad, and then I simply press paste. So copy and paste is allowed. And further, if you want to copy the keypad, complete keypad, so right click on the faceplate, copy, go to next keypad, and now simply press paste. So copy and paste of the complete keypad is also possible. So I hope this point is clear now. Copy and paste. So copy and paste function is allowed in the programming. Okay, somebody has raised the hand. Yeah, Taha.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you when you're doing just a second.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, you're on self mute. Please go ahead, Taha.
What about when we do scenes? I mean sequence,
Okay.
the LED feedback.
Okay, when you do the sequence, yes, so it's there like on every step you can define the feedback what you want. So on this, for example, if on this step you want the on feedback, and on the second step you want the off feedback. Okay, so that is done. And then when you go to programming, and when you trigger the sequence, okay, when you trigger the sequence, you have to choose here the LED sequence defined by a sequence. So whatever steps you are executing, so that step will have defined by sequence. So this is how we can do in the when you have the sequence. Got it? Are you there? You're on self mute. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there is a question from Ahmad. If I have a one dual faceplate with 2 picos, 4 button and 3 button raise lower, the raise and lower program as a master raise lower, it will work as a master for all buttons including 4 button. No, the software will always treat 1 pico. So if you have a pico, like you have 1 pico here, 1 pico here, so though they are installed next to each other, so this keypad, this pico will have that master raise lower function. Another pico which is having 4 button, that will not do the master raise lower of that other 4 button. So this is my 1 pico, and the master raise lower will only applicable for this pico, not for the adjacent pico, not for the adjacent pico. Got it? Okay, perfect. So that was the function here. Like we talk about the LED logic, we talk about the different programming options of the keypads. Now here we also have one nice option called shared scene. Okay, so let's suppose like I got a welcome scene here, and I have programmed the welcome scene, and so I want to trigger the same welcome scene from different keypad. Like I have like 5 keypads in my house, and I want to use this welcome scene from 4 different keypads. So one option is like simply right click, copy the keypad, copy the button, go to the next keypad, and simply press the button, right? So I press come here and then press the welcome scene. I go to my next keypad, maybe like in the bedroom, and then I go to that keypad, and then I will simply press the welcome scene here also, right? So I can do this is a one of the way, like if you want to program same welcome scene from different button. But imagine in the future, like client says, now my welcome scene is not good. I want to change it to 50%. So now again I have to do like 50%, and then I copy this button and go to all the keypads and then paste it again. So that is not a very efficient way of doing it. So now if you have a scene, if you have a welcome scene which you want to trigger from different location, okay, so what you can do is you can simply say shared this scene. Okay, you can say shared this scene. So now this is my welcome scene, this is my welcome scene. Okay, apply. And now the same welcome scene, I will go to different keypad and say use shared scene. I will choose the welcome scene, apply. Okay, and then I will go to another keypad. I will go to bedroom, and then I will choose here the same button. I will use shared scene and choose the welcome scene and then apply. Okay, now in future client says my welcome scene is not good, I want to change the welcome scene. What you will do? Go to program, go to shared scene, and now here you can edit the scene as it become to 50%. What will happen the moment you change the 50%? Whatever location to 50%, now whatever 50 locations you have used that welcome scene, all location is changed. So now I have made it one location at 50%. Since welcome scene, now you can see here it's a 50%. Now if you go to hall area, welcome scene, it is already 50%. So now you have changed the welcome scene on the shared scene, and this is how very efficiently you can change you can change the welcome scenes the way you want. Okay, so that is a very good feature when you have the lots of scenes recalled from different location. So there is a question from Christopher, reverse logic, what does it do? So it's do the exactly opposite function. So many times what happened, because for the integration purpose, people want, if my welcome scene is active, I want to make the lights off, like the feedback is off. So reverse LED logic will do the same thing, like it will do the exactly reverse, which is supposed it for what it is supposed to do. So for the integration purpose, sometimes people use that reverse LED logic. Okay, so that was the first thing, like I talk about the programming. Now there is a very interesting features called edit live. Okay, edit live, you when you click it, without transferring the program, you can do the scene editing. So now client says my 100% that welcome scene is not good, make it that light as a 50%. Okay, no problem, I will do that 50%, enter. So uh, so it is doing that 50%. So client says, oh no, that is also not good, make it 40%. Okay, 40. So I'm doing that. So now you can see here I have done, so it will do, these changes will be reflected in the live situation. So client says okay, that is fine. So client is happy. Now you can transfer the program. So without transferring the program, everything will be the live. So by using edit live feature, you can do the testing of the all the scenes, and then you can transfer the program. Make sure, like, just remember the fade time will not work in the edit live. Okay, so it will always it will not follow the fade timing when you do the edit live. It will just follow the light level. And now when you transfer the program, the fade time will take into the action. So there is question, if we don't know the keypad area, how to check from the keypad press in the software. Like I didn't understand the question. Like when we don't know the keypad area, how we can change from the keypad press? What does it mean? Let me just unmute you and then understand better. Divakar. Yeah, Divakar, ask your question, please. You are on self mute now.
Yeah, hi, Karan. See, actually, I have a project like
Hi.
there are like more than 100 keypads. Okay, and in the program also there is
Hmm.
already an existing
Hmm.
program, and it's very difficult to go and see the even the room name. It's if I don't know the room name also, it's difficult to find the keypad. Where is the keypad and what is the program in the keypad? So from the let's say I have access to the software. Like Crestron in the debugger, when we press keypad and the touch panel anything, so I see where it is coming from. So that way, how can I test from the keypad press? It's like when I press any keypad from the software debugger, I want to see which keypad is pressed.
No, first of all, like see, like when, as I mentioned earlier, like so in the activation process, so you are saying that like you have not done the activation properly, right? Because when you install the keypad, typically when you install the keypad, you know the location of the keypad and you know the serial number of that,
Yeah,
keypad.
but this was, let's say this was done from somebody else, so I came as a new person. So in that case,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. So in that case, if I don't know also area, which area is that and which keypad is that, is there any way to check from the like
So
this
you
software?
just a minute, let me just so in that case, if you go to tools and if you go to terminal,
Okay.
here I can just do the connect, and here if you send the button presses, like for example, like if I have the command, let's say buttons, and now if you simulate the button press, and then you can choose the device, whatever device you choose, and then you have the button and then press on, and then set action press, and then you send the command, so that action will be executed. So you will understand this keypad is you need to understand, like earlier it was very easy because it was the telnet protocol, but now here it will give the action, but everything in the code. So for example, if you press this button, so that command, that keypad becomes active, and in that way you will able to know on which keypad you are pressing the button.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to
No,
go to
this is
terminal.
like you are sending command from the software. Let's say if I'm
Yeah, you are, I
pressing.
am sending
Mm,
in similar way. When you press the button command, you will that the feedback will come here, and you will come to know you have pressed the button on which keypad. In similar
uh,
fashion, the command, yeah, the command will come here.
okay.
Yeah, so that is a basically it is a way of getting the feedback. It's a way of getting the feedback here.
Okay. So you can send also and you can receive also. Okay.
Yes, because like when you do any action, like so that command that feedback will come here.
Okay. So I need to just select the device and the action. Yeah.
Yes, so that is the one thing. And then if you go to verify devices, here only it will show like which keypads are active. So that thing, like, but it will only show you the communication, like whether it's uh, active or not, like whether it's communicating properly or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was like about the So Christopher, you said like maybe you can use a diagnostic and you can go to verified devices, but verified devices there is no way of flashing the keypad, right? Yeah, you are on self mute if you want to speak, Christopher.
Yeah, I saw your in the diagnostic. Doesn't do flash like light
Yeah,
does.
yeah, flashing of the keypad. Yeah, flashing is not there.
Like
Keypad.
unlike
Okay,
the loads, you can
no
just
problem.
flash the loads and see verify it if it is flashing. So maybe
Yes,
we
yes,
can suggest
that's
this
right.
to Lutron software to add this. Thank you.
So this flashing actually this is possible in the other software like Quantum and then commercial. We have that option for flashing it, but not for this here. Uh, Also, there could be option. Let me show you that. Like maybe. Okay. Uh, Divakar, are you there? Still there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello. Yeah,
Divakar,
Karan.
just a minute. Yeah. So
I
there is an
can.
option. What you can do is you can go to activate tab. Okay. You can go to
Mm-hmm.
activate tab. Okay, and then click on start activation, and then simply press and hold button on the keypad. Okay, the moment you press and hold the button on the keypad, so that keypad will appear in the red color here. See here. So now if I go and press randomly, I choose the one module and press the button, it is highlighting that PA1. So that module, the button on which I'm pressing the button, so that module is PA1 now. Similarly, if you
Okay.
go to the keypad, any random keypad, and you press and hold the button
Just
there, right,
okay.
so
Okay.
it will appear in the red color, which means so that keypad is becomes kitchen keypad. That keypad is
Oh,
so that you will come to know on which keypad you are pressing the button.
okay. Okay. Yes, this is good. Yeah.
So that is another way of yeah. So you go to activate tab and start activation, and then you can see randomly press the button. So there is a question from Charif that, hello, can we extract the programming file from the processor if we lost the file and the cloud services was not activated? No. So currently that procedure is not there. Engineering people know how to extract the program from the processor, but that is not been shared to us and not been shared to distributor as well. So currently on all projects, the cloud services must be activated, and the database can be extracted from the cloud directly. So cloud services is required. Okay, so Ahmad, just a minute, let me just ask. Ahmad has raised the hand. Yeah, Ahmad, you have any question?
No, no, actually, Karan, I wanted to say what you just said, which you can go to the activation and you can hold the button of any keypad. So you whatever you will find
Yeah.
in red, you will know that this is the
Yeah.
keypad. This is what I wanted to say. You just said it.
Okay.
No
Okay. Thank
problem.
you so
Thank
much. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Okay, so where we can find the database. Okay, so for example, like what I will do is tomorrow I'm going to share the about the remote services, how we can download the program from the remote services. It's very simple method. First thing, let me tell you in quick answer, like we are also already running out of time. uh, we have to like the first thing is first thing what client has to do is from Lutron app, client must give you the access. First of all, you need to have the my Lutron account, and what will happen, the whatever database you want to extract, the client must have give you the access. So client will open the app, and he will go to the help section, and he will enable the cloud access for your account. He will type your email ID, and once he will type your email ID, so that the database access you have. Now you will come to tools here. You will come to tools and simply click on activate database here. Let me show you quickly here. So you can go to tools, and here cloud sync, okay, and restore from the cloud. Okay, so the moment the client has given you the database, the client has given you the access, so you can click on restore from cloud, and the moment you click on restore from cloud, the first database you will see on the list is his database. Okay, the first database you will see is his database. You can click that, and now you can download the program, and you can do the changes, and you can transfer the program also. So the first condition is the client must have given you the access to the database, and then only by using the sync option you can do the cloud sync, you can see the database, you can download the copy, you can do the changes, and now you can transfer the program also. So this is how we can do. Tomorrow I will show you the one video by using which we can do the remote transfer, and we will also discuss the rest thing tomorrow. Okay, we will talk about the variable also. Lots of things are pending, so maybe like we'll start like 12:30, and then we'll try to finish it. And if we are not able to finish it, I will plan one more session for you, like maybe like more 2 hour session to complete everything. Okay, so by the time, just take care, and then see you tomorrow. Okay, somebody has raised the hand, I guess. Okay, yeah, Mohammed, Mahmood, yeah, sorry, tell me. You're on self
Hi, I
mute.
just want to ask, are you going to discuss the Palladium here for this training?
Palladium key, okay, so programming Palladium keypads or Palladium shades?
Sorry, I cannot hear you well.
Palladium shades or Palladium program, Palladium keypads?
Sorry.
I'm saying that are you like you are interested in programming of Palladium keypads?
Yes, actually, Mr. Mahamud is interested for that.
Okay, so the programming for Palladium keypads and programming for C-Touch is exactly same. Like, let me show you quickly here. If I go to design, and if I go to controls, and if I add the Palladium keypad, the programming is exactly same. Like if I go in hall, and let me add one Palladium keypad, so the programming of Palladium keypad is exactly same. It is not different. Like if I add this Palladium keypad in this area, so now you can see under the programming of hall, see, like this is the same keypad, right? Palladium keypad, and I got a welcome scene, and everything is
Uh-huh.
same. Like you have the same toggle function, the press and hold, everything is same. Just your buttons are
Okay.
different, but the rest, whatever programming we see in the C-Touch keypad, the same programming is applicable for the Palladium. The single press, double press, whatever we see, the same thing applicable to Palladium.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time, and I will start the webinar tomorrow, and then we'll cover rest of the things. Thank you so much. You said like you ask one question, like if you want to discuss that. Sheriff, you're on self mute. Sheriff, are you there? You ask one question, like we have existing program project and we lost the database, whom we should contact to solve this? So like if you have the HQP61, you can extract the program. You have to download the same version of the file. Like for example, that HQP61 has got maybe 15.1, so your laptop should have 15.1 version. Then only you will be able to extract the program, otherwise no. So you need to have a same software like which the processor has, the same firmware version which processor has. Then only you will be able to extract the program. So if the processor has got 14.1, you should have the 14.1 software. You create a new project, activate the processor and extract the file by using tools and extract file. Extract like there's an option called extract file. So in older software there's an option for extracting the program. So you can extract the programming file from that from that processor, but your firmware should be matched with the laptop firmware. Then only you will be able to extract, otherwise no.
Sorry. ال-